Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Prost. I'm the Gnarly Gnome. This is a show where we hang out together and we drink together. You never know what we're going to drink, but it's probably going to have alcohol in it, and it's probably going to be delicious. So far, I haven't had anything that's been horrible. I guess it could happen. I can guarantee it's not going to happen today, though, because I've had this one. I've had this beer, and it is freaking delicious. So this is from Urban Artifacts. You guys know about them. I've drank their beer several times on the show, so even if you're not from Cincinnati and you've never had their beer, you're at least familiar with them if you watch the show. This is a new one from them. They do a line of gozas. Goza is a wheat beer, a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of coriander, light, refreshing, super easy drinking. Typically, you see them in the summertime when people are hanging out by the pool and that kind of thing. Urban does things a little different. They do them year-round. They have a rotating series of seasonal gozas. So in the summertime, you get key punch, which is key limes, and you have pinwheel in the spring, which is oranges, and the typical thing that you think of. They did last year, in the fall, they did one called Trivet, which was cranberry lemon, I believe. Somebody feel free to comment below and correct me if I'm wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it was lemon. And then they've had, historically, one called Slide Rule in the winter, which is chocolate goza. These are very not normal things to do with gozas. This one is not something that I've seen before as far as an idea, but it makes more sense than I can even begin to explain. This is Bushel. Bushel is their fall seasonal goza this year, and it's a spiced apple goza. It says crisp, hazy apple. Let's read. It says this goza is brewed with 29 bushels of apples. Normally they put the pounds of fruit they put in there. I like that they told me how many bushels are in there. I don't know how much a bushel is. I imagine a bushel is like that much. I don't know. Maybe it's one of these baskets that this guy's carrying. 11 pounds of sea salt, 1 pound of coriander, and baking spices per 30 barrel batch, distributed in 8-gallon bushels. There we go. They told me 8 gallons is a bushel. Apples have long been a corner store staple, a portable and satisfying snack. Support local business, carry a bushel. Drink fresh. Cellaring is not recommended. Yeah, okay. I'll drink it fresh right now. Like I said, it's a goza. It comes in 4.2% ABV, 3.3 pH, so it's a nice crisp tart. So good, you guys. I've already drank through my 6-pack already because it's so delicious. It's pretty too. Look at that. Big, giant white head on there. Sorry, I got ugly bubbles. Yeah, it's definitely not clear. It's hazy, but like this really pretty white yellow color to it. Just a really pretty beer. Very similar to what a lot of ciders look like. Coincidentally enough, because it's made with a bunch of apples. Let's talk about that for a second. What makes this a beer versus a cider? A cider starts with apples, and you ferment the juice of those apples into an alcoholic beverage. This still starts with a malt base. It's wheat and then some kind of barley malt. I don't know what the recipe is. That's not important. After the beer is done, that's when the fruit kind of goes into the mix and adds apple flavor, a little bit of apple sweetness without being cider. But it's going to remind you of cider. It's so pretty. Yeah, okay. It's no surprise when you smell it. It smells a little bit like apples, like an apple pie. There's definitely some baking spices, cinnamon, maybe some nutmeg. I don't know what else. Warm baking spices is all you need to know. And then apple. It smells so good. It smells like fall. Crisp, nice and tart, like a big, kind of gets you right in the back there, tartness. But still has very fall themed. It really does remind me of like a cold apple cider when you are going pumpkin picking or something this time of year and it's still warm outside, but you want to feel like fall, so you drink it because it tastes like fall. That's what this is. It reminds me of the season. It reminds me of sitting outside around a fire pit. It reminds me of crunching through the leaves in the woods. All of those things that just scream fall. And guess what? This beer now screams fall to me. I need this every year. I need it to not go away. I freaking love it. It's delicious. It's so good. That aroma, I mean, it really it almost smells warm, if that makes any kind of sense. You know how some of those spices sometimes just remind you of cold days and the warmth of being inside or by a fire or something like that. That's what the aroma does for me. Go get you some. It's still on shelves. I don't know for how long, but it's out there. And if you like cider and you don't like beer, you like this. If you like beer and you're like, yeah, I don't really care about the whole cider thing, this might kind of start to get you into cider a little bit. Or if you just like fall things, you'll like this too. Or if you just like Urban Artifact, you'll like it. Or if you just like drinking, you'll probably like it. I don't know. You're going to like this. That's what I think you need to know. Prost.